Creativity is like confetti. It's playful, it's unexpected, and it's full of magic. Today we're going to watercolor. We're going to keep it simple. But what if I told you that even with just one color, you can create something just as exciting as using every color in this palette? I'm Kimberly with Lolly Doodle Studios, and today I am part of a YouTube collaboration hosted by Jeannie of Jeannie's Palette and art by Deborah Rose. Today's playlist is a monochromatic challenge. Now be sure to check out the links in the description box, follow our hosts, and click on that playlist to get inspired. You may just find your new favorite artist using one single color of watercolor. We're going to use this blue right here. I'd love it if you would let me know below if you could only use one color in your art for a week. What color would you choose? Okay, so I have started, I have drawn out the shape of a watercolor letter that I want to use, and I'm just going to dampen my paper here. Your highlights at the same time with one color. Then I can come back in. It's the same color, I'm just using a little bit less water. So there's more pigment to paint. And I'm picking one side of my letter. So everything to the left of my object, which here is a letter. You can watch, you can see here, I'm not going to be switching to any other color palettes. We're not bringing in any other colors of blue. So I'm just sticking to one side of those letters. Again, it's not perfection. I'm not going for perfection. I'm leaving that, I like to call it sketchy, like a sketchy look to it, because the brush is lifting, it's leaving white on the paper. And we're just going to go ahead and fill in and darken some shadow on this letter. Make it sort of look somewhat three-dimensional. I can try to push that around a little bit more if I'm not loving where everything ended up. But you're really not going to do anything wrong. Okay? So look how quickly we did our letter A. We can come in and spend more time making perfect lines, but there is no such thing as perfect. So go for pretty, not perfect. That little bit of puppy hair is not part of the art, so we'll get rid of that. And you'll see I'm using, it takes the tiniest little bit of paint. With a lot of my kits, you will see I'm Lolly Doodle Studios .com, and also in my monthly subscription group where we do art, lettering, watercolor, acrylic. You can get kits, and inside of the kits I like to offer for the kits these little confetti cards. So they're curated watercolor, they're paint samples, just like this, so that you don't have to go out and buy a whole tube of paint in order to paint what I'm painting. So I'll place a link also at the bottom of this video down in the description box, so that if you would like to get a confetti dot card to try this yourself, please visit me or message me in the comments or follow the link over to grab that. Okay. Remember, let your creativity flow like confetti, guys. I'm just giving that a one little second to dry just a little bit. So I'm going to go over some of these watercolor layering techniques, and just with this one color, we're going to make such a delicate watercolor style. And if you have not done so far yet, I would love for you to tap that like button below and spread a little bit of joy. Spread this video around like it's confetti. That just kind of lets, you can share. That just kind of lets YouTube know that you're watching this video and that, I'm here. So I'm going to leave my A, and now we're going to go around and we're going to do a little bit of a leaf pattern around, and you'll see I have a little tiny bunny sketched down here. Let's go ahead and do the bunny. So we're not getting in depth with the bunny. We just want to come in, and I'm going to I don't want soaking wet paper. I just want glistening. So the littlest bit of water to wet our paper, and I'm just going to get each bit of that bunny, okay? And with the slightest little tiny bit of color, I'm just going to tap that around the edges of my bunny shape that's already damp with water. Okay, just the littlest bit of blue. I can then take that brush and kind of wiggle it in here and there. I just want it to look like it has a little bit of shading, but we are not getting super duper detailed. We just want the outline of a bunny. Okay. And I'm going to continue to do the same thing. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but I have just sketched a very somewhat of a circle around there. It's not a perfect circle. I'm going to take a lot of water on my brush. We want more water than we do paint, right? Remember, we're starting with the simplest wash of color first, and then we can go back in and lay some more. So I've got that blue with a lot of water. I'm just going to turn my paper a little bit because I'm a lefty and I don't want to go across my work and smear it. So I'm just going to use the tip of my brush, pull it out, press it down a bit on its belly, and make the shape of a leaf. So it's like a pointed teardrop. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to come back with a line, press down the belly of my brush, and lift to a point. So I'm making some little leaf shapes, and I'm using a good bit of water. There's a little bit of a harsh line there. I want to just soften it a bit. And I am just going to continue to do this all the way around. Press, pull, and lift. And I'm going to make my little leaf shapes. I can Okay, so now I've finished my leaf, my circle of leaves. I'm going to soften that one just a bit. You can come in and add some little squiggly lines for your vines, but we're doing this all in one color, right? And I'm going to take a little bit at a time of my blue and just come in, and I want to darken certain areas of my bunny just here and there. Not everywhere. You can do everywhere if you want, certainly. But to get that depth with the watercolor, you want to make sure you leave some of the white of the paper and go dark in other spots. That's how you're going to create that depth and elegance with your watercolor. This is almost like doing that Chinoiserie-style painting, and just do until you are happy with it. And let me know what you think about this monochromatic monogram. All right. So who knew just one color could create something so beautiful? I hope that this inspires you to explore the magic of just one color in your own art. And remember, whether you use just one color or 100, let your creativity flow just like confetti.